Iceland, known for its landscapes, unpredictable weather, and for being one of the most expensive countries to travel. For the next 10 days, we'll be driving the Ring Road, traveling around the entire country. It's also our first time doing a trip like this, driving, cooking, and sleeping in a van as we go. This is part 1 of a series, following our journey around Iceland. Our first 48 hours here. Let's begin. We left home really early. Our flight was at 6 in the morning. By the time we landed in Reykjavík, we had already been awake for hours. A shuttle took us to the Campervan company, where we got the keys to our van, our car and our home for the next 10 days. It's our first time camping and our first time doing a road trip like this. We don't really know what to expect, but there's no turning back now. First thing we need, breakfast.
Su primer desayuno.
Now that we've eaten, it's time to buy more food. We came to Bonus, a budget-friendly supermarket, to stock up for the road. We were surprised by how many Mexican-inspired items they have. But basically, our diet for the next few days will be skyr, the Icelandic yogurt, peanut butter and jam sandwiches, and snacks, lots of snacks. Snacks es lo principal.
Muchos Doritos.
We're now fully prepared and ready to tackle the Ring Road, the 1300-kilometer highway that circles the entire island. We'll be driving the full loop, making stops along the way with a few small detours here and there. For these first 2 days, we're staying in the southwest of Iceland. Our first stop, the Reykjanes Peninsula, a unique region shaped by volcanic activity, where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates diverge. Making the divide between the two, the bridge between continents. A perfect introduction to our Iceland road trip.
Eurasia, Norteamérica. Estamos en esta zona donde hay mucha actividad geotérmica. Por allá atrás hay unas fumarolas o, como dirías, fuentes de vapor. Y adelante está el faro.
Vamos caminando hacia el faro. Parece que no está tan lejos, pero es engañoso. Ay, se hace frío. No parece en video, pero sí lo hace.
Hace frío, hace mucho viento. Estamos aquí justo en la costa, al lado de estos cliffs que están muy padres. Tenemos frío. Vamos a ir a la van.
Somewhere between the Reykjanes Peninsula and our next spot, we started to get the hang of how traveling in Iceland works. You drive from parking lot to parking lot, pay, get out of the car, and explore whatever's around you. After being blown away by the sights, you come back to the car and have snacks.
Compramos muchas cosas, muchos snacks, unos pretzels de chocolate, unas galletas digestivas, varias barras de proteína.
One important rule: don't forget to pay for parking. You can do it on site or through an app, although some spots do have free parking. Our next stop was the relaxing part of the day.
Ya llegamos a la Laguna Azul, está justo de este lado.
Ya nos vamos a dar unos baños en agua con muchos minerales que hacen el agua azul. Estamos aquí en la Blue Lagoon. Este es nuestro segundo paso de mascarillas y a mí se me metió algo al ojo. Vamos a ver mucho vapor.
Más vapor, no tuvimos suficiente.
Steam rising from the ground, bubbling mud, a strong sulfur smell. Everything felt intense, especially after so many hours outside. By this point, the cold had really set in. We were prepared for rain, but we didn't think it would be this cold, even in summer. We realized it was time to head to camp. Our first night sleeping in the campervan. You can really tell we've never done this before. It's almost 2 a.m. and we're only now setting up camp. Still, once we started, everything made sense pretty quickly. It wasn't that bad after all. We cooked our first hot meal, vegetables, soup, and skyr with cereal. We made it through our first day. We're tired but excited for what's coming next. Tomorrow we have a lot planned, so good night. We woke up feeling surprisingly good after our first night in the campervan. Sleeping in the cold wasn't as bad as we expected, and it felt good to start the day rested and ready. We kept the morning simple, a quick breakfast, some coffee, and packing up the van. With everything packed, we hit the road again, heading toward one of Iceland's most famous routes, the Golden Circle. It felt good to start the day with a plan, energy in the tank, and the sense that we were finally settling into the rhythm of the trip.
So this is our treasure. And tomorrow's tour that I have to put down. Ta-da! This is fragrant. So this is how the bread looks.
Whoa.
How it looks. Try it first with Icelandic butter, which
Mucha mantequilla. ¿Te gustó?
Mucho.
Del 1 al 10.
9.
No, sí, está muy bueno, está muy bueno.
Está calientito y eso lo hace más rico. our second official stop along the Golden Circle, Þingvellir National Park. It's considered Iceland's national shrine, so of course we had to come and see it. The lava fields here are slowly being pulled apart by tectonic forces, creating these deep fissures and canyons throughout the park. Þingvellir is massive, with so many hiking routes that we actually got a bit lost trying to find our way. It wasn't until we spotted a waterfall that we finally decided on a direction and started walking towards it.
Terminamos el recorrido, nos tomó aproximadamente 2 horas, 2 horas 10 minutos.
Ahorita son las 4 de la tarde.
Y ahora vamos a seguir recorriendo el Golden Circle.
It wouldn't be a road trip without snacks, so we grabbed a bag of chips and got back on the road. The sky ahead looked a bit gloomy, and we were driving straight towards it. Este es el clima que estamos dejando. Este es al que estamos entrando. We were a little worried, but on we went. Brúarfoss was our next stop, often called Iceland's bluest waterfall.
Estamos muy obsesionados con esta cascada.
It was an easy stop along the Golden Circle. Not far from here, everything changes. Steam, heat, and pressure. Geysir.
Ya vimos 3 geysirs y vamos por el cuarto. Llegamos a Gullfoss, es la última atracción del Golden Circle. Ya de aquí tenemos que buscar un campamento.
Está muy grande aquí y hace mucho viento.
Hace mucho frío. Vamos a ir a ver la cascada. Frío.
Morimos de frío, entonces vinimos aquí a la cafetería de Gullfoss por un cafecito y un té.
Hace mucho frío, no podemos hablar. Ya nos tomamos unas bebidas calientes, pero vamos a ver la cascada rápidamente y ya, nos vamos. Se acabó. Hasta aquí llegó el recorrido por el Golden Circle.
We got back in the van and pointed ourselves toward camp. Tired, cold, and still trying to process everything we'd seen. Dinner looked a lot like last night, except this time we treated ourselves to a Mexican dinner.
Estamos haciendo comida mexicana.
Solo nos falta una salsa.
Sí.
Luckily, this camp had an indoor kitchen and an electric stove. As incredible as the Golden Circle was, it marked the end of our first loop, and our first 48 hours in Iceland. The landscapes kept rolling by, and the van was already starting to feel familiar. From here on out, the road stretches further. There's still so much to see, and the real road trip begins. This is just the beginning. If you enjoyed this video and want to follow the rest of the trip, please subscribe to our channel. It would make us so happy.